crawls like a spider, he looks like a bug. But we should all just give him one big hug. Look out, ooh, here comes the Spider-Man.
Now, before I begin and give my personal thoughts and opinions about this movie, I would like to let you know that this video is actually my first ever video for this channel, and I appreciate you coming by and be so curious on what I'm about to say. And by the way, this is my spoiler warning for you. So if you haven't watched No Way Home yet, then
Get the hell out of here! Who am I? You sure you want to know?
okay, so you obviously don't know anything about me and be like,
Who are you?
oh, why am I listening to this dude who just made his first video on YouTube, and why would I even care on what he's about to say about this movie? I should go to— okay, I get it. Now, I don't want you to waste your time listening to me and mumble about my pre-introduction, so I'm just gonna show you this picture to summarize everything about me.
You serious?
No, for real. I'm obsessed with MCU movies, or should I say, good movies in general. I just can't stop thinking about No Way Home that I actually wanted to make a YouTube video and share everything I feel about it. And just to let you know, I am from Philippines and the release date was delayed until January 8th. January 8th! When the movie was delayed in our country, it really frustrated me to think about it and imagine dodging spoilers for more than 3 goddamn weeks.
3 days!
And we've waited for this movie to come out for like 2 years. Is absolutely insane. It was delayed due to the Filipino Film Festival in our country that actually bombed in the box office, and none actually watched it because everyone was just waiting for No Way Home to come out. And yeah, everyone here in our country, especially Spidey or MCU fans, are upset about it. But anyways, so after all the leaks, the rumors, and the hype circulating around this movie, No Way Home was finally brought into the big screen. And yep, most of the leaks were damn true indeed.
And it's a Photoshop.
This movie did not disappoint. I repeat, it did not disappoint. Okay? If you want to argue with me, then come fight me. Did the movie deserve the hype it got from the fans? If you're asking me, yeah, absolutely. But one of the questions are, did the movie work?
Tell me how!
I remember way back 2020 when a cast for this movie was leaked. It's like every day there's news about No Way Home. Toby and Andrew were coming back. Jamie Foxx is returning with a very spoilery post in his Instagram, which was immediately deleted. Then Alfred Molina follows, which absolutely broke the internet. Then there goes Willem Dafoe, Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman, Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and Rhys Ifan returning as the Lizard. Well, I mean, I admit there was a ton of times that I said, come on, there's no way these reports are true. But then evidence just keeps spreading everywhere like a disease. It just keeps on popping out everywhere. But did those leaks ruin the movie for me? Nope. But what if the leaks didn't happen? Imagine the reactions. Every theater would go insane, and it would definitely bump the surprise element. But the downside of it is that, do you think that the movie would still reach $1 billion in the box office? Okay, let's put it this way. The leaks didn't peak the internet, and let's say the trailer also did not choose to show Doc Ock or any returning villains. Would people still watch this movie? Yes. But the hype won't be around that much. I think that's the way of saying it. You see, we are the ones who promoted the movie. People who leaked the news, photos, articles, cast. We just didn't really look at it that way. The reason the movie did so well isn't because of the hype. It's because the fans want to see the truth and meet our expectations. And I am sure a lot of people did meet those after watching the movie. And for me, it went beyond my expectations.
So you're saying that if the movie reached $1 billion, it means it is a good movie?
Are you serious?
No. No Way Home worked because the movie did not just feed us with fan service and nostalgic effects. No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they did feed us with fan service and nostalgic effects, but with great purpose and connection to plot itself. You thought I was going to say with great power comes great responsibility right there, huh? Another thing why the movie worked is because they did not just call Toby and Andrew and the villains from the past movies and say, hey, we'll pay you good money and you'll just show up for a few seconds and it's all good.
I need that money.
No. Toby was my childhood. I remember playing my cousin's Spider-Man 1 VHS tape way back in 2004 and having a Spider-Man backpack, a lunchbox, a notebook, and a Spidey shirt. When Toby showed up in the movie, it actually brought tears to my eyes. What I felt way back when I was a kid, I felt it during the scene where he goes out of the portal. Yeah, I know it's very dramatic and all that, but it's like revisiting your old toys from underground.
Hey, where are all my comic books?
Gone. Reduced to atoms.
But you can't do this to me.
Yes, I know he's gonna be in this movie, but it's different when you really see him interacting with the other Spideys. Same with Andrew. Although I kinda hated how he was treated way back then at Sony, and I wasn't a fan of his 2 movies because the writer screwed up with the story, and I really feel bad about him because he's a good actor, just with a bad script. But No Way Home emphasizes his passion and love for the character, and it shows. He was amazing in this one. He totally redeemed himself. I mean, the guy is a great actor. When I saw the TSM 1 and TSM 2 back in the day, I actually liked him as Spider-Man, but his character wasn't really well thought of, especially his origin story. There's just something off about his portrayal that doesn't make Peter Parker, Peter Parker. I'm just gonna discuss about it in a different video, but anyways. In No Way Home, we finally see the comparison between how Marvel Studios treats their characters than Sony. Although it is a Marvel-Sony collaboration, there's a huge difference. In this movie, the writers still managed to find the right story element for the characters to know their purpose of being in the movie. Did it work?
Of course.
Yes.
Definitely yes. You see, this movie should have not worked. No, I didn't mean that like wishing it to not have worked, but a shocking tone of it. Because there are literally tons of characters and it's gonna be convoluted and messy when not done right. I mean, how can you utilize 5 villains, 4 superheroes, with another 4 important side characters?
What?
Huge respect to John Watts for this movie. I mean, the guy is a genius. Alfred Molina as Doc Ock is still phenomenal, and it just feels like he never left at all. I mean, talk about didn't left at all. Willem Dafoe, I mean, the guy is physically the Green Goblin in real life. And he's much scarier in this movie, and he just nailed this role again. The only thing I wish the movie have done is Jamie Foxx's character as Electro. He's actually great in TASM2. TASM2. Why is it so hard to pronounce? Anyways, as a nerdy, average guy who happens to idolize Spider-Man. And the reason why I like his character right there is that he's not just being Jamie Foxx. I mean, Jamie Foxx really did act to be a different person, and I like it. In this movie, he's like Max Dillon evolved into Jamie Foxx. But anyways, Sandman and Lizard is also another flaw that I noticed after watching the movie. I wish these huge and rich studios afforded 2 of them to be in the sets and, you know, act their together, but nah, that's not much of a complaint. But boy, oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Toby Garfield and Andrew Maguire is back.
My back.
I mean, come on. We all almost lose hope because Andrew just keeps on denying his appearance for like 1,000 interviews. Man's having a hard time indeed. But yo,
What?
they literally agreed to do this.
What? You
That shit alone is already surreal for me. I paid for the tickets of this movie and I feel like I'm watching it illegally. Like, this movie shouldn't be possible at all. I thought they were just gonna be a cheap cameo and save them for the next movie, but Marvel really knows their shit. They were in this movie for a huge amount of screen time. Toby is still amazing, Andrew redeemed himself in this movie, and he finally proved that he was just given a bad script and he is the coolest guy in the whole damn world. They really did this movie for the fans. You see, this right here is a great example of giving the fans they want.
I want Spider-Man!
But did the movie make sense? The movie started with Spider-Man's identity being revealed, which is also where we left off from Far From Home. We saw Peter dealing with consequences of what Mysterio did to his life, and they can't even go into a college. He's starting to feel the weight on his shoulders and blame himself for dragging his loved ones with him. Now, imagine this. If you're a teenager, or maybe you really are, I don't know, and you know someone who has an ability, or should I say the power to do yourself a favor to turn your life around back again from its misery, would you go to that person immediately? I mean, if you ask me, then yeah.
Yes.
Peter Parker did that, but it got screwed up because of his own reckless being. He just can't shut his mouth for one damn second.
Shut up.
We can really see after Doctor Strange threw him out of Sanctum Sanctorum, he immediately just thought about school. He called Flash, not that Flash, this Flash, to try and convince MIT to reconsider their application. He doesn't think or feel that he did something wrong right there with Doctor Strange, not until he met Dr. Octopus on the bridge. He didn't feel like there's a consequence to his actions because yeah, he's a teenager. And I just want to tell you that this movie is about how the MCU Spider-Man take his great power with great responsibility to a whole new level. I mean, let's talk about that for a minute. Peter might still be young in this reality, and for the past 5 films he's been in, is just but a teen superhero would do if he exists in a world with superheroes around him, trying to impress Mr. Stark, Captain America, and so on and so forth. But he never really shown that he is really up for that responsibility. Maybe the movies have shown it, but maybe it didn't really give any good impression to me, or maybe I just did not buy it. Because all he wanted to do is just to make the OG Avengers see him as an adult and not a kid, which actually make him look like a kid even more. But what I'm trying to say here is that No Way Home have taken all those things away from him. This completely changed Peter's character from a cheery, joyful, playful, friendly kid from Queens to the classic Peter Parker character. Being isolated, alone, nobody to talk to, loses his loved ones, makes his own suits, and his identity remains unknown. The final act of the movie decided to take a turn onto his journey as Peter Parker. I mean, not just for Peter Parker, but also him being Spider-Man. We saw how he doesn't want to lose his best friend, his aunt, and his girlfriend at the very beginning of the movie. But then his mistakes made him who he is when he decided to let go of those people by magically and willfully removing them from his life. And yes, it did make sense. I actually see myself feeling bad about him at the end of the movie. And that's what a Spider-Man movie should make you feel. Peter Parker is a type of character that you can really sympathize with. He makes those sacrificial and heroic decisions, along with the consequences from his mistakes. You see him suffer from those, and that's how responsibility has overpowered Peter. His moral obligation has defeated his dreams of his life. He selflessly sacrifices happiness for the greater good, and that's what makes him Spider-Man. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and I'm still working on my Patreon. Comment down below on what you think about the movie. Kinsights out.